Welcome back to the Armchair Pundits podcast, Liverpool review show. So, we've dropped points today away to Newcastle in a game that, in one way, it's a good point, but in the other way, when you're 3-2 up in the 90th minute, you've really got to win that game. And so it's really disappointing. It almost feels like a loss in that regard. And especially when Chelsea had won 5-1 and Arsenal then later on go on and win 2-0 against Man United. But we were never going to win every single game. And I said it before, the league title wasn't over yet, the race isn't over yet, and points were going to be dropped. So getting a point away to Newcastle, in the grand scheme of things, isn't terrible. But obviously, when you're winning that late into the game, and you've had such a fantastic second half performance, it stings a bit. It definitely stings a bit to only come away with 1 point. When we go back to the beginning, it was really poor. Really poor to start with. I mean, apart from McAllister hitting the post early on, there wasn't much for us to shout about in the first half. I thought we could have done so much better, and not sure what happened there, because I don't know if it was tiredness, I don't know if it was just Newcastle being really up for it, but we just went at the races most of the time, and it's just unlike us of recent times. So when I look at the stats of the first half, yes, we had a lot of the ball, 61% possession, but expected goals, they had 0.89, we had 0.25. Yes, we go into the first half, into the second half, into half time, a goal down. They had 9 shots to our 5, 4 on target to our 1, and they had one big chance and one big chance missed. So in theory, they could have been 2-0 up with their big chance they missed as well. And we had no big chances. A lot of the ball, 254 passes, accurate passes that is, to their 138. So 89%. So we were doing well with the ball, but we just weren't playing well, and we didn't look like a real threat. It's not unusual. I think there's a stat, I think 17 of our last 19 games or something in that region have all come in the second half. So it's something that we need to look at, how we set up in the first half and how things go in the first half, because we can't keep relying on recoveries in the second half, even if it is 0-0. We can't keep relying on having to win the second half to win the game. We need to be a bit more balanced. It was a tough one today. Newcastle were up for it, and after their poor performance against West Ham, you kind of knew they weren't going to be the same as that. We're coming to town, and the record against us isn't great, let's be honest. But we're coming to town. Those players are going to be up for it. Gordon, apparently self-professed Liverpool fan, wanted to join us in the summer. He was always going to have a say in the contest at some point, and he gets a goal. Very, very sloppy goal, because, I mean, seriously, it's so strange how goalkeeper's life is. You're a hero for 2-3 weeks, even 6 weeks. You're a hero. Everyone's lauding you. And then you have an off game, which goalkeepers can't have, because off games often mean you concede goals. That's what happened today. Keller had an off game, and we conceded goals. The first goal, nothing can do about. Fantastic strike from Isak. I wish we had an Isak rather than a Nunes at times, because as much as Nunes gets lauded for his work rate, etc., sometimes you need a bit of magic from your striker. Yes, we get it from Salah, but what Isak and the likes of Isak produce is more akin to what a Liverpool striker should be like. So, really disappointed that we've not won, like I said, mainly because of the position we're in at the time. But it's a point. It's a point at a tough ground. It's a point where other teams are possibly going to drop points, and other teams that are rivaling us have dropped points. So, looking forward to Everton to a degree, because a draw like this, where it kind of hurts, should hopefully motivate the players to do better. Bit of a shame that McAllister, it was coming to be fair, but McAllister got a yellow card, and he's going to miss that game. With Gravenberch looking really leggy and looking tired, it couldn't come at a worse time, where you've got a potential Gravenberch going into the next game a bit tired, and we're now missing McAllister. But be honest with you, I'm happy with the midfield that we'll probably have in that game with McAllister with Szoboszlai, Jones, and Gravenberch. Just need to get their rest in between now and Saturday morning. Imagine it's a Saturday morning kickoff as well. But performance itself wasn't horrible. When I look at the second half stats, bit less possession, 56% possession to their 44, but we were better second half, most definitely. XG 1.76 to theirs 1.2. Shots, they had 8, we had 11. Shots on target, they had 2, we had 4. And big chances, big chances, we had 4, they had 3. They missed 1, and obviously scoring a 2, we missed 3. So again, there's chances that we're creating and we're not putting away. There's one in the far post where if Nunes is more alert, he just gets a tap in, and we're further ahead. So really disappointed in that. Pass-wise, we dropped a bit, but 196 passes, so 86% instead of 89%. But there's work to do. Going forward. But we knew this. We were never going to be the finished article. So, by and large, as I sit here, game 14, I'm a happy Liverpool fan. Yes, disappointed that we drew a game, but we didn't lose it. We didn't lose a game. Salah had a fantastic second half. Jones had a very good game too. And the subs that came on made a difference. So, as I normally do, I'll move on to the player ratings now. And we will start with Kelleher. Kelleher. Been fantastic since he's debutised for Alisson, but today was not his day whatsoever. Today was a very poor performance, and he's cost us a goal. I mean, I don't understand, as a goalkeeper, if you don't know what's behind you, why are you leaving it? That's just basics in primary school football, secondary school football, not primary school, but secondary school football, lower age football. If there's no one, but if you don't know what's behind you, you don't pull your arms away. If he had punched it and it had gone to someone and they scored, yep, he's at least dealt with it. But the fact that he looked like he was able to do something with the ball, knock it for a corner, knock it for a throw, he does nothing, and he allows them to score and equalise, shocking. Shocking decision, and let's be honest, it cost us the win. So I can't be too hard on him. He'll get a poor score, don't get me wrong. But I can't be too hard on him because he saved us in this season. But you've got to take things on a game-by-game basis at times. So today he has to get called out. He has to be criticised. And I'm giving him a 4. Giving him a 4 because he's cost us today's game. Second goal, he needs to be bigger because literally the shot by Gordon goes straight through him. It literally goes through his hand and goes in the goal. So he's got to do better. And obviously I've already discussed the Shaw equaliser. So he gets a 4. Not happy with his performance at all. And hopefully that's not the last performance he remembers, because obviously Alisson has been training. It would be good to get Alisson back, but for his sake, hopefully that's not his last game until the FA Cup, because that will eat away at him. So we move on to left back, and Robertson, bit below par, if I'm completely honest, compared to the last game. Didn't think he was very good today. Accurate crosses, 1 out of 3. Tackles 1, 0 out of 2. Duels 1, 2, lost 2, so 50%. He just wasn't at it today. My worry for Robertson is, at his age, the amount of running he's done, can he play every 3 days? And while Tsimikas is injured, he's going to have to. We don't have another left back, because someone else who we can play there, in Gomez, is having to play centre back because of other injury problems. So I've given him a 6 today. Wasn't too happy with his performance. Could have done a lot better. Van Dijk wasn't his normal best today. Quite average, if I can be completely honest. I've given him a 6.5. Just wasn't as commanding as he normally is. Got turned for the Isak goal. Don't get me wrong, it was a fantastic strike. Absolutely fantastic strike. But I just don't think he was at his best today. So he's getting a 6.5. Gomez, man, I've lauded Gomez last game. And this is what Gomez has done to us over the seasons. He's had a really good game where he's up here, and then the next week he goes down here. And I've given him a 5.5. Wasn't happy with his performance. He gets subbed off in 67 minutes. And Quanta goes into the centre-back position instead of him. And he just wasn't good today. And hopefully he's better next game because he needs to be. Everton is a derby. He needs to be on it. Ground duels, 1 out of 3, not good enough. Tackles, didn't make any tackles. 2 blocks, 5 clearances, 3 headed clearances, 2 recoveries. So he did a job, but not a good enough job. Moving on to Quanta right back, wasn't good in the first half. Playing right back, looked a bit out of depth there, but when he went into centre back, he was a bit better. Can't honestly say he was great. Tackles 4 out of 5, 80%. Last man tackle 1, blocks 1, clearances 4, headed clearances 2, interceptions 1, recoveries 2, duels, won 7 of his 9 duels. So he was decent in the end. Like I said, he did have some mistakes. Possibly could have given away a penalty. I think we got lucky with that, Isak, not getting a penalty, but we're due something. So I've given him a 7. No, in fact, I'm giving him a 6.5. I'm giving him a 6.5, not a 7. It wasn't that good to get a 7 because first half as a right back he wasn't great, and he could have given away a penalty. So 6.5. So defense wasn't great. Conceded 3 goals. So yeah, no one's getting a 7. McAllister, thought was actually good, even though he got the yellow card, which would have disappointed him because he would have known that he's going to miss the next game. But I've given him a 7.5. Accurate passes, 93%, 39 out of 42. Looking at his shot accuracy, only 1 shot on target out of 2. Successful dribbles, 1 out of 1. Tackles 1, 3 out of 7. So he was getting his foot in there. Looking at his clearances 2, recoveries 4, which he does well at. Duels 1, 10. So he was very active in that midfield because it was very combative in there. Ground duels 9 out of 14, 64%. So aerial duels 1 out of 2, 50%. So he was active, he was busy. And again, just like the last game, he was the better 2 centre midfielders. So I've given him a 7.5. Gravenberch looked tired. So he got a 6 today. Got a yellow card as well. Just wasn't up to his normal standard. Listen, it's going to happen. He can't play fantastic every week. He's going to have his dips. He started every single game that we've had in the league and the Champions League. So he needed to get the sub of 67 minutes because he needs the rest. I mean, 6. Can't say much more than that. Moving on to Jones, who I thought was really good today. I've given him an 8. Fantastic strike for his goal. Fantastic strike. In fact, I've given him an 8.5. Fantastic strike for his goal. He's getting better week on week, seriously. Playing regularly and touch wood, staying away from the injuries has really helped him through. And like I said, great goal. Even was good in the lead up to one of Salah's goals as well. Just a really good performance from him. And when I look at his stats, look at his numbers, as normal, hardly ever loses the ball. 55 out of 57 passes, 96%. He just doesn't lose the ball. Yeah, people may say he plays it safe, but he keeps possession. That's what we need in our kind of team. Shot accuracy, 2 out of 3, 67%. Successful dribbles, 2 out of 2. Didn't win any tackles, which was a bit disappointing. But 5 recoveries, 4 defensive actions. Duels, 7 out of 10. So he was active in that. So happy with him. That you can see there's more room for him to grow. And I'm happy that he's playing well for us at the moment. I'm moving to Gakpo. I've given Gakpo a 7. Thought he was decent. Thought he was impactful. Thought he tried hard and was getting the better out of the right back that was playing Livramento. Had the better out of that duel. Tackles, 2 out of 2. So that's good for him. We don't really need him for tackles, but it shows that he put in a shift. Recoveries 4. Obviously, we pressed from the front. So we need the tackles, we need the recoveries, and we need the interceptions. Didn't get any today. Duels 1, 5. Ground duels, 3 out of 6, 50%. And aerial duels, 2 out of 2. So yeah, 7 for him. Not a bad performance from him today. And moving on to the man of the match, Salah. Once he woke up, Liverpool woke up. Assist and 2 goals. He gets a 9. He gets a 9 for assist and 2 goals. Should have been the match winner for us today if it wasn't for Kelleher's mistake. Yes, some people may say he's really quiet in the first half, but he conserves energy. And when we need him, he steps up, and we needed him, and he got 2 goals and an assist today. Unfortunately, he's on the losing side today, but he's top goal scorer in the Premier League, and he's high on assists as well. I think 8 assists now. That's what, 13 or 14 goals? 13 goals this season, and 9 assists, 8 assists. Really, really good performance from him. Finally, striker Nunes, not good today. Worked hard, but we need better from you, Nunes. Got to give us a yellow card as well. Probably wasn't a yellow card, but he gives us a yellow card. But we need better. 6 for him. Should have got a goal if he anticipated better, and then he would have got a high rating, and we would have been quids in, and we probably would have won the game. But not really happy with his performance today. Coming off the bench, 67 minutes, 3 subs. We'll start with Trent. Thought he was fantastic. Comes off the bench, 2 assists, probably could have got more. He gets an 8.5. It's just injury. Just the fact he's come up from injury is why he didn't start. And if he had started, the performance we saw, just a little time was on the pitch, we probably would have been a lot better. So we're going to need him against Everton. Really need him against Everton. So hopefully he can get us to play 90 minutes or we bury the game. So 8.5 for him. So Bosley, I thought he was really good as well. I thought he was busy. I've given him a 7. He comes in, does his normal stuff, gets involved in 1 tackle, wins it. Recoveries, 3. Dribble, passed once. Jules wasn't great in the duels, 1 out of 6, but he was contesting him, which allowed other people to win the duels. So he's got better. Over the last 3 games, he's been a lot better. So I've given him a 7. Luis Diaz, I thought he was good. He thought he was a threat. Only plays 23 minutes like the other 2. Successful dribbles, 1 out of 3. Not great in that regards. And doesn't have many touches, only 15 touches. But he was okay. He was okay. I've given him a 6.5. So we've drawn a game which half feels like a loss, but don't lose games, guys. Don't lose games. I know lots of draws can be killers, but don't lose games and keep it going. Guys, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share. As you can see, I am a bit disappointed. The wins have been taken at my sails because we've conceded a goal in the 90th minute. But we move on to Everton, and hopefully that's a win. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.